All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakah Kodash. All right, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom, Wakasah, Allah Habakyar, which means peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland. Come back at you with another video. Lord willing to be edifying to whomever may be watching. And just want to get into a lesson speaking about why the Lord created Esau, Edom. And I'll probably do a part 2 because I'm driving right now and I can't really get into it like I want to. But I want to speak on some things too that this man is responsible for. All right. So when you look at this chart, it says majority of Americans have struggled with mental health. All right. And then it says stress, and it says 52% anxiety. It says depressive phase, mood swings, feelings of loneliness / social isolation. It says phases of sadness, struggles with self-esteem, panic attacks, phases of lethargy, probes of phobias, and then it says none of the above. So when you look at these categories, all right, stress, anxiety, depression, mood swings, all these things affect the soul, the spirit of a person, and these things can lead to not just people, but the creation, animals, life in general, like the planet itself. All right, and Esau Edom is pushing a very negative vibration upon the world. Why? Because he's meant to take peace from the earth, which you can read in Revelation the 6th chapter. It goes into it, man. That Esau being that red horse. All right, you can read that in Revelation. Like I said, the 6th chapter. If you look at your life and the reason why it's fucked up, it's because this devil's in charge, man. All right, this devil and the rest of these heathens are responsible for us and the rest of the world living paycheck to paycheck, feeling these emotions. These feelings that you see on the charts that I have on the screen, you being broke, you not being able to provide for your families if you're a man, all right, you women not really wanting to be mothers, all these things you can blame with a so-called white man. But there's another thing too I want to speak about. It's not just this, it's also the top 10 causes of death, which you can look them up, and I was about to get these scriptures. Majority of them, the top 10 causes of death in America is cancer, the C word, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and that's just to name a few. Right? But like I said, who do you think for that, man? You think the so-called white man for these things, man? But let me get these scriptures real quick, man. Because the Lord gotta take this man out, man. All right, he has to take him out, man. Matter of fact, let me get no, I'll jump down. I'll get that first. And then I can give you the ball. That ain't go to her. This is James 2:13. It says, "For he shall have judgment without mercy." All right, it says that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoicing in judgment. So yeah, these Edomites they're gonna have no mercy And the reason why they're going to receive no mercy because they showed no mercy. All right, the scriptures say the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Even his tender mercy, like him trying to be merciful, that's even cruel. You know, you might look at it like where he's he might somebody have committed a crime, and then they send the guy instead of him. He might have stole a sandwich or whatever from a store, or especially if you Jake. Instead of him giving your ass life, all right, he give you 100 years, all right, or instead of him giving you 100 years, he give you 20, all right. And there's actual stories out there that's either like that or similar to it, where the judgment didn't match the crime. There's plenty of accounts you can look up on the internet about how Jake was railroaded through this system. All right, they committed a so-called crime. All right, but you look at the crime, and what they did. It didn't match the punishment that they got. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a guy, he commits petty theft. It's not even like the merchandise that he probably stole wasn't even over $100 or $200. They give him 5 years. You know, it's just shit like that, man. But that's also those draconian laws that's gonna start coming back into play. All right. So when you see who we're dealing with, man, you gotta understand, man, that this man has been placed here on earth to do the bidding of Satan, and that's also written in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. He whose bidding is to do the bidding of Satan, or working of Satan. All right. Because you wonder why Esau Edom is the way he is, so-called white man, to be so cruel. Because the Lord made him that way, man. All right, he's not gonna change, man. All right, you Israelites, you gotta get that through your mind, through your spirit, man. Let me see. Like I said, bear with me, man. I'm driving, so I'm quoting scriptures and I'm getting some that I can. But, you gotta bear with me. Psalm 17, verse 13, and this is why you can't really blame Esau Edom for being the way he is. Because he's been I already quoted Revelation 6 chapter, but the spirit that's in him was not upright. All right, the Lord has made this man to be a whipping stick. All right, and to punish you Jakes. This is Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him. And him is being who, man? Esau Edom. We want the Lord to take this man out, man. It says, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. It says, which is thy sword, man. All right, so look, this man, he is the sword of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Shai. So you should be asking for deliverance, man. You shouldn't be, marinating in America and hoping, things get back to normal, or even want this place to be prolonged, man. We're in captivity, man. We're part of that. Don't you understand, man? All right? You're not free to do whatever the hell you want, even though America paints that picture and gives you that illusion. You are a prisoner of war. You are a slave, Neo. All right, like my man Morpheus said in The Matrix. The word, when you literally look up the word employee, it's synonymous with slave and vice versa. All right, when you go punch in every day, that's what you're slaving. Even niggas in the world say that, man. Like, what you about to go get into it, man? I gotta go slave. All right, they gotta go to their 9 to 5 and work their ass off just to make ends meet, man. This man is making it almost unbearable to really do things that should be easy. You shouldn't have to be working this goddamn hard to get groceries, man. All right, like shit like that, man. All right, you work your ass off, and at the end of your you go get your paycheck. At the end of that paycheck, man, it's you paid everything off, man. Now you stuck with $100. It shouldn't be like that, man. All right, but guess what? Like I said, the man that's in rulership, he doesn't want anybody to live even a somewhat decent life, man. All right, let me get this real quick, man. Where's that at, man? Yep, Sirach 31:1. Run right to it. It says, watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof drives away sleep. And this is what people do on a day in, day out basis, man. Hell, even include myself, man. All right, because we've been put in captivity where Yoda Yashawama went into. Instead of you being a cattle slave, you're now an economic slave, man. To where he was going into where, back during cattle slavery, hardcore slavery, the slave had to provide for itself. The slave had to, the slave was being provided with housing, food, all to what benefit the slave master. Like, the slave had to feed you, he had to clothe you, so to speak, he had to keep you in somewhat minimum working conditions. All right, even if it's at a lower level. He was feeding you slop and BS and not really nutritional food, but it was enough to sustain you. He had to give you somewhat of a shelter, all right, so you can be of use to him. Whether it's him placing you in a barn sitting next to damn pigs and horses, or you sitting in a little shack, like a 5x5 shack, all right, or sleeping outside under some type of little post. Nonetheless, like I said, he had to make that way for you, so you can be of use to him. But now you're an economic slave. Now the slave has to provide for what? Himself or herself. All right, and that what creates a more chaotic and stressful environment, man. All right, here it is. You wake up every fucking day trying to figure out where you're gonna meet, where's your next meal coming from, or where your next dollar gonna come from. And like I said, some days you don't know, man, but the Lord provides and makes a way, man. That's why everything we do, man, it's all the Lord willing, man. We resting, and all our trust is in the Lord, man. I should say here we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come, man. All right, when you look at your future, man, as an Israelite, it's not looking too bright, man. You jakes out there that got some type of hope, a foothold in America, man, this place is gonna turn on you, man. Probably overnight type shit, man. You gonna wake up and one of these days, man, soon, that America that you were once used to is not gonna be like that no more, man. Y'all remember when the C-19 happened, man? Shit got weird. So I'm gonna finish out these last few verses, man. Now I'm gonna close it out. This is Sirach 31:2. Watching care will not let a man slumber as a sword, disease breaking sleep. If you got some type of illness, all right, every brother that had a bad cough, all right, or fevers, all right, it was breaking your sleep, man, because you was restless. That's how it is. Watching for care, man. Watching for your what they call it, your livelihood, man, your well-being. All right, you're in a position where you don't know, like I said, where your next meal is coming from, man. That creates stress, so you're not comfortable. Verse 3, that says, the rich have great honor and gathering riches together, and when he resteth, he is filled with his delicacies. The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he liveth off, he is still needy, man. Right? So verse 3, when these rich mother effers, what I'm saying, especially these elites, man, they ain't worried about that, man. They know that their lifestyle and where they live is secure. Their health, their well-being is secure. They're financially stable. All right, that's why when you see somebody that's financially stable, it seems like they don't have a care in the world, man, because they know pretty much anything that they can, whatever their concern is, pretty much you can pretty much buy it or pay for it. We're in a better position, especially if you have health problems. All right. But if you're broke, man, and you're dealing with certain things like health and where to rest your head, man, it's going to be stressful, man. All right. But like I said, man, we gonna get out of this bitch soon, man. The Lord gonna get us out of here, man. All right. But verse 4, once again, the poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy, man. And that's the majority of the people that you see, especially Jake. All right, we catching hell down here, man. All right, here it is, you slave, man, but you still, it's nothing to show for it, man. All right, but the Lord, He is going to deliver us, man. We just got to continue doing what we're doing. All right, I'm slaving right now. All right, I'm pretty sure other brothers are too, man. But yeah, man, don't give up, man. All right, continue to push, man. Continue to preach this word. All right, the Lord will come for us, man. All right, sooner than we think, man. Even though the scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it, man. Hey, the Lord gonna come for us, man. Shalom.